How's it going, my good old friends of YouTube? It's Stas here. Welcome back to another video. So we're going to break down Palantir in this one, do a quick update on the charts heading into this brand new week, and we'll break down what happened with the quadruple witching and some insider selling right now with Palantir. There's a lot going on in this video, guys, that we have to break down. So hit the like button, make sure to subscribe, and don't forget to check out my Patreon for my private portfolio plus more, and to get up to 15 stocks for Moomoo, each up to $2,000 with at least a $100 deposit. Use that link down below, the QR code right here, or go to stasurfs.com/Moomoo, guys. It's free money, and of course, it helps out the channel. I appreciate you guys as always. And with that being said, cheers again. Let's dive into it. So Palantir, man, holy smokes. This stock went down over 7%, or right around 7%. At one point, it was down 7% over that. Looks like we closed officially down 6.7% on the day. But you guys can see, man, we got beat down all day during the trading day, and even in the pre-market, where we saw the stock go from 25.50 roughly down to about what, 24.70 by open. You guys can see right before the markets even opened, this stock was down 2.5%, almost 3%. And of course, we bled for the rest of the day. And with that being said, guys, check it out. We're actually, to no surprise, really, still holding the uptrend, right? We're still above the 180 SMA on the 1 hour chart. We're still holding a higher low. You guys see all these higher lows here being made. And on the 4 hour time frame, ladies and gentlemen, we're seeing the same thing. We got a bit too overheated. Let's be honest. We took out the highs from last earnings, the high from the beginning of May. We hit about $27 almost, and we saw the drawdown, which was needed. And here we are, guys, right above the moving averages, still looking pretty good from a bullish perspective. And we saw a lot of wonkiness on Friday, right? A lot of crazy volumes in certain stocks. We saw a lot of selling, rebalancing, this, that, and that was a lot to do, or that has a lot to do with the quadruple witching, right? Let me actually pop this up and show you guys a little bit more about this. Maybe for those of you that have no idea what that is, or maybe you heard about it and you're like, what the heck is the quadruple witching? Well, quadruple witching, ladies and gentlemen, let's actually pull this up to show you right here, refers to the simultaneous expiration 4 times a year of stock options, index futures, and index futures options derivatives contracts. The fourth type of contract involved in the quadruple witching being single stock futures, and those actually haven't traded in the US since 2020 and was never a major contributor to equity trading volumes. And what is now referred to as triple witching occurs on the third Friday of March, June, September, and December. And guess what, guys? What month are we in right now? We are in June, ladies and gentlemen. And guess what? The quadruple witching, or I guess now the triple witching, whatever you want to call it, occurred on the 21st of June, which, you guessed it, that was this past Friday, right? And equity trading volumes tend to rise on these days, and it's typically heaviest during the last hour of trading as traders adjust their portfolios. Again, you guys saw the crazy volumes on some of these stocks. I mean, I think Nikola, for example, which is such a garbage stock, let's be honest, that thing had hundreds of millions of, maybe not hundreds, but close to 200 million volume on Friday, which was pretty insane, right? So here are the dates for 2024. We had March 15th, all right, June 21st, which again just happened this past Friday, and September 20th and December 20th, obviously coming up over the next couple of months. And if we come down here a little bit more, so market makers who've sold expiring stock and index options contracts close out the matched hedge positions, boosting trading volume. Again, we saw a lot of trading volume on Friday. Meanwhile, the rolling of contracts ahead of expiration also increases turnover in the options and futures market, right? And coming down here a little bit more, we can see types of contracts involved in quadruple witching. Again, we talked stock options, index options, right? Index futures, which we're not going to get too deep into, single stock futures, right? And one big thing here that you guys have to realize is the market impact on the quadruple witching. One reason the combination of monthly and quarterly derivatives expirations generates heavy trading volume is that the in-the-money option contracts, pay attention here, guys, are subject to automatic exercise, right? Automatic exercise, again, if you're in the money, requiring the delivery of the underlying shares in the case of call options, right? Which, if you guys understand how that works, you can exercise your calls, you buy the stock at that specific price that you prearranged when you bought the call options, right? And call options are profitable when the price of the underlying security is higher than the option's strike price, right? Obviously, put options are in the money when the stock is priced below the stock price. And if we come down here a little bit more, there are arbitrage opportunities with the quadruple witching, right? Due to the increased trading activity and volume that can, of course, lead to discrepancies in these, or not discrepancies, but price distortions, right? Temporary price distortions. And yeah, essentially the bottom line here, guys, is this is a time period where it happens 4 times a year, again in March, June, September, and December, and market activity can increase as traders adjust their positions and, of course, roll over their contracts. And this is pretty complicated stuff here, guys. Obviously, we're not going to get into all of the, nitty gritty in this video, but that's kind of an idea of what happened this past Friday, maybe why trading volumes, were nuts, why stocks went crazy in either direction, right? This could be why, right? And maybe the reason why Palantir went down 7%. And oops, ignore this ad, guys. We can see here, we did get some insider trading in Palantir this past, week, last couple of days, right? We can see here, we did get some selling from some directors. You guys can see right here, Alexander Moore sold about, 20,000 shares, whoop-de-doo, about a 1% reduction of their position. This one here was a more material sale. Looks like here Eric Warshing, a director, sold 26,000 shares of Palantir at $23.32, a 40% reduction, and now he sold about $600,000 worth of stock. So a pretty big sale there from a director. That was on the 7th of June, so about 2 weeks ago, actually. We had some other sales come in. It looks like here from Heather Planishek. I'm not sure her role, but she sold 27,000 shares, a 4% reduction of her position. Eric Warshing, again, director, sold another 3,000 shares, or 8% of his position about a week to 10 days ago. It looks like here he sold again. Eric Warshing did another 3,000 shares, or 8% of his position, just a couple of days ago. So I'm not too sure what's going on with these directors over at Palantir, guys, in particular. Eric Warshing, I can't even say this guy's name. Doesn't matter, whatever. But he's selling out a good chunk there. But yeah, that's a quick little dive into the quadruple witching, or I guess now the triple witching again, whatever. That's a little dive into that and some insider action here in PLTR. And yeah, that could explain potentially why we saw, elevated volumes, a big spike in volumes across a lot of stocks, and some selling, not only in Palantir, but some other names as well. I'm pretty sure we saw NVIDIA go down on Friday, right? Let me pull that up, NVDA. No, I guess it didn't, but it went down heading into Friday with increased volume on Friday for NVIDIA, and again, a bunch of other stocks. So what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Check out the Patreon as well. Link down below for my private portfolio and updates. And if you guys want some free money from Moomoo, up to 15 stocks, each up to $2,000 with at least a $100 deposit, that's linked down below. The QR code's right here, or go to StockSurfS.com/Moomoo, guys. Get your money. And with that being said, cheers. I'll see you in the next one.